Alright, ladies and gentlemen, second video of the day. We have Shadow of the World Requiem. Now, the reason I'm using Shadow of the World Requiem is it needs a lot of spotlight, and the reason I'm not using Star Platinum Requiem is, I don't have a Cursed Orb. So, like, he'll come later. Also, Shadow of the World Requiem, I think, is the only Shadow stand that people really care about, which kind of sucks, because they're both really cool and very unique, but people care about this one more. So first of all, we have, the universal quick dash and grab. Just kind of, filler. Let's start with standoff. The M1s are pretty nice, just the little voice lines. Insta cleave, that move, I know you can't see it because it's a dummy. It's kind of stupid. I gotta kill this motherfucker. I gotta kill both these motherfuckers. Despawn, thank you. Okay, so Insta Cleave actually hits on floor. Remember this. Life Drain, of course, you have your Blood Suck. If that looks very familiar, the effects of the Blood Suck, you might recognize them from Nocturnus. Knife Throw, this is probably one of your best moves in your kit. You throw knives, and the secondary knives keep them stunned. That is your combo starter. Kinda. Time Stop, of course. Time stop. Shadow Energy, it costs 75 heat, but I have Gluttonous, so it costs a little less for me. I got that bitch on discount. Shadow Energy gives you complete and utter iframes, and gives you buff. If you look over here, damage multiplier moves 1.5, defense, damage received is lower, and you get more special, so you heal more. Shadow Energy is amazing. This is your buffing skill. This will make your time stop last longer. You heal more damage, damage resistance. It's just an all-round amazing skill. Pop this when you can, please. Stand on. You have, basic barrage. Nothing special there. Heavy punch. Of course, knife throw still. Doesn't change. Impale is pretty interesting. I'll go over that in a little bit. Ground Slam, of course, hits ground, and, we have the rest of the moves. Also, something you may have not noticed, because I have it bound to caps lock, is they actually has a counter, stand on and stand off. Basically teleport behind them, knives flying everywhere. Now, there's a couple combos you can do with STWR, but I'm going to show you the most important one right now. Guaranteed time stop. So you barrage to impale. And then you want a blood suck, instant cleave, ground slam. An amazing combo for when you have heat. Because blood suck, as you may have not noticed there, actually takes heat. If I can get off cooldown, if I hit 0 heat, you can see that, boom, life drain takes heat. So make sure you have enough heat for life drain while in time stop. Even if your time stop isn't actually out yet, the second you run out of heat, time stop ends in like 2 seconds. So you gotta be careful. As you saw there, this the world is actually quite different. It's as I said, it's kind of like Nocturnus. It's very similar to Nocturnus, where barrage to impale is true. It's quite weird and it's amazing. Another thing that's quite cool with this is you can M1. I missed it. But yeah, you're meant to you can M1 to life drain. It is pretty nice. So if you get M1s off and you're stand off, you can get life drain off. It's pretty nice. But I'd say the base combo, for me at least, is knives, barrage, life drain. Oh, he died. But then you dash up, insta cleave, into ground slam. So that's the basic combo, at least with me. The reason I'm saying you don't want to use ground slam and insta cleave in time stop is because you can actually use them out of time stop. So if you were to like bonk, time stop. I mean, you totally can for damage. You can go boom, boom. I mean, like, yeah, that did damage, but you have to also realize you do less damage in time stop. It's not by a lot, but you do less damage. So, if you have the heat for it, actually, if you're like 100 heat, I'm pretty sure you can time stop Shadow Energy. So you can confirm that your opponent takes the damage of it. And, you know, you can get ground slam and then instantly live off of that, because they both hit ground. Do you see how this spec kind of goes full circle? Hits ground, and what doesn't hit ground is amazing, and then you also just have straight up time stop. This spec can rival some of the top tier specs in this game if you meet the skill gap. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of mid with STWR. I'm kind of coming back after a while, but this spec can rival like the top tier specs in this game still. So yeah, if you were to like time stop, you're gonna like run up, boom, and then time stop would have ended for at least all of y'all, but I have Glennis, so yeah, boom. Look at all that damage. I mean, granted, I hit 2 people, so that kind of divide that. But then they'll take the guaranteed shadow energy damage, which no one really does. So if you want just guaranteed shadow energy damage, you can just do that. That's kind of it for Shadow Direct Move, I'm not gonna lie. Again, there's a lot to go over, but not a lot. He doesn't have many attacking moves that are kind of different. Oh yeah, the counter. I'm pretty sure you can combo start off counter. I'm like 90% sure you can go just straight up. Oh. Is that where you're gonna punch me? No, okay. I remember the freaking video where that happened. I would counter, the counter would miss, but then the NPC would punch me. So bullshit. And the reason I'm not doing this shit in the training arena is, half the dummies just don't work. So, like, okay. Oh yeah, and then you're meant to ground some back, so I pressed F. So you can kind of combo start off of counter. Don't Shadow Energy or time stop off of counter. That just won't work unless you're fighting someone who just runs away. Here, I'll do it again. Boom. Quick 100 damage off of a counter. So yeah, Shadow Lord Requiem is really good. I won't call him the best spec in the game, because I'd be lying at that point. But he's definitely up there to where he can be really, really annoying to deal with. Especially with your combo start being either knives, barrage, counter, or hell, life drain, or just straight up M1s. Yeah, he's kind of crazy. In multiple senses of, I can combo off of almost anything in my kit. And if I get time stop off, that is also just a free counter. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And as I said later today, I'll be bringing White Snake and reaction video. I saw this one channel, and they make some pretty cool videos. So, and they've only made 4 of these videos, but I want to show them because they're actually really high quality. So, watch out for that. And other than that, I think I'll see y'all later. See ya.